Hello, Mystic here. Welcome to Jedi Temple. We're going to continue on with our tarot learning journey. The Fool's Journey to be exact. We are going to do the Major Arcana now. We went through all the, if you missed it, you can go back to the videos. We went through all the different suits and just finished the court cards. So now we're on the Major Arcana. For some reason, when I did this one, it was kind of tweaking out a little bit, and it didn't give me a readable version and put it on. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to read all this one for you because I can't do the voice on this one. So, Major Arcana Guide. Let's get going. I'm just going to read through them real quick, and whatever comes to me about it, I might add. The Fool, the Zero card. It's such a cool looking card, the artwork on this one. She's got, my favorite color is purple. That's one thing that drew me to this, was the purple crystal in her hand. It was one of the first cards I saw when I wanted this deck. The beginning of all journeys, pure potential, innocence, and the leap of faith into the unknown. The Fool carries no baggage and trusts the universe completely. Yeah. Taking that leap. So, I'll use the same YouTube channel example as I've been using in the rest. So, me would be just taking the leap and starting a YouTube channel when I didn't know whether or not it would be anything good or waste of time or any of that stuff. I did it anyway. That's the Fool's Journey. The beginning of it, I mean, taking that leap off the edge. The strange thing is, there's no, on most of them you see a, usually a guy or a kid or whatever with a little dog. There's no dog. She's just holding a crystal. And the what is that? The flower of life reflecting in the water, I guess that is, or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, the Magician, number 1 card. That card is so cool looking. That's me, just Jedi master sitting there talking to the universe. Anyway. Manifestation, power, and resourcefulness. The Magician reminds us we have all the tools we need to create our reality. I don't know how many times I've heard that. You have everything you need within you. Awesome card. Look, I like all these Magician cards have the, what is that called? That, I don't know, that looks like an 8, the infinity symbol. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, really awesome. This is a card for, manifestation. Be a magician. That's why I started this channel. Honestly, I'll go off on a little bit of a tangent here. When I was trying to think, meditating on, because I don't know if anybody's familiar with Bashar, but I listen to a lot of Bashar and everything, and him and everyone else seems to say, like, the main thing you're supposed to be doing in life is going after your highest excitement, your highest joy, whatever makes you happy. And that might change from time to time or whatever. You know, I used to really be into tattooing. That changed. I'm still a tattoo artist, but I don't really it's not my thing anymore. I used to be really into fixing cars. I built motorcycles, I built cars, I built all kinds of stuff in different businesses. Those were the things at the time. I manifested big, huge businesses. My last one made pretty good money. But I just stopped and walked away because I realized it wasn't for me anymore. So, where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. I had to start thinking, really thinking, meditating on what did I want. Because that's a hard question when you start, well, I don't know. I've asked so many people, what is your highest excitement? And they all look at me like deer in headlights, like, I don't fucking know. So, that led me to think a lot about it because I thought I wanted a lot of things. And the more I thought, I'm like, I don't know that. And I'm still being open to all those things, like music. Do I want it to be my main thing? I don't know. I've toured before. I'm getting older now. I'm probably going to have a poll to see if anybody can guess my actual age, because most people can't. But, yeah. Do I really want to tour? Do I want to be that? I've done it before. It's not easy. But, I don't know. We'll let that happen. I know I'm going to be doing it, but maybe not in like a full-time type thing like I originally wanted. So, you never know how things are going to work out. So, I started thinking and I said, what is my highest excitement? What thing could really get my juices flowing? Music is it, yes, but I don't know if that's the main thing I want. Like, what's the thing since I was a kid I've always wanted to be? And it doesn't matter if it's real or fake or fantasy or whatever. Just think of what you want. So that brought me to Well, okay, what's the one thing I've always wanted to be besides musician, besides a writer? I like writing, I like storytelling, besides any of these things. And that was musician. I mean, a magician, Jedi, wizard. That has been since I was a kid. I loved every one of the movies. I've always thought of myself that way. And if I could have one thing, make one wish in this whole entire world, yeah, it would say, make me a wizard so I could do magic. But that's what it is. It's what manifestation is. Magic. All these things, like Jedi, if they were back in the medieval times, would have been what was called a wizard. You know, someone that can very easily manifest their future would be considered a wizard. It'd be look like a magic if you could make things happen. But anyway, side tangent, lost. That's what I'm kind of going after with this channel, is real life Jedis, real life wizards, and has nothing to do with like lightsabers and sparkling magic. Although maybe we'll get there someday. But for now, it's the mental state of that thing, wizard or Jedi or whatever. Yoda. Think of Zen, like that's where you need to be able to have these kind of abilities. You know, everybody's, oh, I want to be able to shoot lightning out of my fingers and all these things. Well, even if that was possible, you couldn't do it without first having the right mental state and all that. So that's where meditation and everything's beginning to be. But not only that, just taking control of your life and saying, this is what I am. I'm not all these things everybody thinks I am in this system to make it out to be. I am this. And believe it and follow through with it. Belief is another whole thing we're going to have to talk about. Anyway, I have severely got off topic. Not off topic, but there's off on a tangent. So, next, the High Priestess 2. Intuition, mystery, and inner knowledge. She invites us to go within and trust our sacred inner voice. Yeah, if any card out of this thing, you know, because you have duality, feminine and male. Magician, male side. High Priestess is the female side, but this is my personality right now. This is who I'm embodying, these two highest forms. And these are the forms of everything. So, yeah. Very interesting stuff. The Empress. We gotta move. They got a lot of cards. Fertility, abundance, and nurturing. The mother of the deck. She represents creation and the flow of life force energy. Yeah, creation. She got a kid in that tummy. Looks like the world is being birthed. But very interesting. What is going on? Oh, I always thought those were wings, but they're made of water. There's a bunch of water on her shoulders with little fish swimming through it. Interesting. That's cool. She has like plants and twigs and things growing out of her hair. She is Mother Gaia. She is Earth, the Empress. Yeah. And there's like fiery kind of color in the background, and these little dots are like almost like air blown around. So you got water, earth, air, and fire all on that card, pretty much. It's interesting. Sorry. Hard to come up with coherent things to say when it's this hot. The Emperor, card 4. Stability, authority, and structure. He represents order, protection, and grounded leadership. See, me, that's my issue right now, is I'm very much in the Empress energy, like creative and all this stuff. I need to get more into Emperor energy to help the business side of things, growing and all this kind of stuff, and being action and oriented instead of sitting back and trying to magnetize everything to myself. You need both sides, and the fiery action side is what I need right now. Yeah. Onk on his arm. I have an onk that I made right here. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I took some copper rod and folded it into the shape and then just wrapped the black yarn around it for look. But I like it. High key. Next, the Hierophant. Stability, tradition, spiritual wisdom, and mentorship. It bridges the human and the divine through ritual and teachings. This is who I'm trying to be, the Hierophant of this channel. Teaching, the teacher. Yoda. Yoda is the Hierophant. And I can't believe, I looked around, there is no Star Wars tarot deck. What the actual crap? I think I found one kind of maybe an Oracle deck kind of thing, but I can't believe there's not a Star Wars deck. I might have to make... Oh, that's a good idea. I should make the Jedi Temple version of a tarot deck. You know, all Jedi-based stuff. Yeah, fudge. Okay, moving on. One of my favorite cards. Kind of looks like my hair. Salt and Pepper. The Lovers. Oh, I'm all over the place, sorry. Union, choice, and alignment. Beyond romance, this card speaks to deep resonance and the power of intentional commitment. That's a cool card, too. All sorts of stuff going on. Yeah, well, if that's me, where is she at? I have not found her yet. So, 7. Wait, mine's, yeah, 7. Speed, Chariot. Willpower, determination, and victory. Harnessing opposing forces to move forward with purpose. Things are happening with determination. My chariot, I'm using the chariot energy to push my YouTube channel out there and get it seen so it can help people. Black and white horse, duality stuff on the card too. One of my favorite cards, and one of the cards imagery I couldn't get out of my head for whatever reason. I kept seeing that until I bought this deck. It was the, full card in this one. All the cards, I like all the artwork in these. These are definitely my favorite of all the decks I've got. But, yeah, that's such a cool card. Inner courage, compassion, and resilience. Not brute force, but the power of patience and love. Yeah. Strength, but this strength card comes across. There's lions and all this crap on it, but also, I don't know, Starseed stuff, how much you get into it, but I definitely resonate with Lyra and the whole lion people thing, so that could be part of the reason why this card got me. But I love how they're always like strength, like raw lions and stuff, and showing a female, you know, controlling the lion or whatever. This one's just softer and a young lady and a little lamb with her. Yeah. Doesn't have to mean brute force and everything. It's compassion and resilience. Power of patience and love. Interesting. So, 9, the Hermit. That's definitely been me lately. I'm trying to get out of this mode and put what I've hermited out there. Solitude, introspection, and inner guidance. The seeker who turns inward and for clarity and soul truth. Yeah. I did that. I need to stop doing that. Well, you're never done, but I've done enough to where I need to go out and start implementing that knowledge into the world and helping people. That's what I'm doing here. Wheel of Fortune. 10. Cycles, destiny, and change. A reminder that life moves in rhythms and to flow with the spiral. A reminder that life moves in rhythms and to flow with the spiral. Yeah, I've always thought that was cool. I might get that tattoo one day, but the tarot, how it goes around in a circle. I can't even see the cards backwards. Tarot. Oh, tarot. I'm doing it backwards. Everything's flipped. Anyway. The wheel. She's wearing dice around her neck that are kind of on the... Oh yeah, the 4 and the 6, so it's 10. That makes sense. Alright. 11. Another card I like. This one's called Justice. Balance. Truth, balance, and karmic alignment. A call to take accountability and honor the divine order. Yeah. Justice is coming whenever karmic stuff, good or bad, is happening. It's always gonna balance itself out, my friends. The Hanged Man. Surrender, perspective, and stillness. Letting go to see from a higher vantage point. More meditation. I love how it's got all the runes. You know, because it's... I think this has a lot to... The Hangman has a lot to do with the whole thing with Odin and hanging, asking for the... Getting the runes, giving up his eye, all that stuff. So bad with the historical stuff, even though I love the Viking culture. And this... Like... Yeah, the card 2, Rebirth, is a good one, but this has my absolute favorite artwork out of any of the cards I own. Death 13, but that card is just amazing looking. And it takes a concept that everybody's normally scared of and puts a cool twist and more of like a hopeful, like, ooh, instead of like, oh crap, death. No, it's death and rebirth, and it puts it there like, new. Don't have to be scared of it. Transformation, endings and renewal. The sacred release that births new life. Something dies, something is born. Whoa. But yeah, that is really a cool image. The cloak. It's almost like a Jedi cloak with all the information of a galaxy inside of it. Anyway. Keep going. We got a few more to do. Temperance. Alchemy, moderation, and harmony. The art of balancing extremes to find the center path. Yup. Balancing extremes. The devil. Interesting. The devil. Shadow, attachment, and liberation. Facing what binds us and reclaiming our sovereignty. Everybody thinks that's a bad card too. It kind of can be. Doesn't have to be. The Tower. That's a cool one too. It's very interesting. Looks like lightning's hitting the butterflies and burning them up. Or something. I don't know. Squirrel. That's cool because I was out here. There's a squirrel that was hanging out earlier outside my door. I was feeding him little peanuts and stuff. I was watching a video of some lady making awesome treat muffins and feeding them at her window. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway. Tower. Upheaval, awakening, and truth revealed. Destruction of false foundations to make way for the real. Yep. Towers can be good and bad. People are afraid of towers, but they're not always bad. They can be good towers too. Somebody's showing up that you want to meet. Your channel blowing up. These are all towers. This is me. I'm Aquarius, so I am the star. I like this card too. My favorite color is purple, have I mentioned? There's a lot of purple. Star, number 17. Hope, healing, and divine guidance. The soul's light returns after darkness. Yeah. Very cool card. Alright. Moving on. The Moon, number 18. That is a very pretty card. Illusion, emotion, and subconscious. Navigating the depths and trusting inner navigation. Got duality on there, the white and the black dogs. I always look at this too, like Sirius, Star Brothers. I don't know why. Alright, the Sun. Do. Ramblin' Mike, love that guy. You know if you know. 19. Joy, clarity, and illumination. The full embodiment of life force, purpose, and radiance. Yeah. I had a weird thought the other day when I was jamming out, thinking of myself being on stage, and I had the weirdest thing, like, I'm gonna come out on stage in the future and be like, the sun, do, and see how many people actually pick it up and understand what I'm saying. Anybody that gets it gets backstage passes. Where the crap am I at? 20. Judgment. Awakening, reckoning, and rebirth. A higher calling and soul remembrance. Judgment. Awakening. Which leads us to... That's cool. All the little shapes and sounds. The World. Card 21. Completion, wholeness, and integration. the end of the journey, and the beginning of a new spiral. The world. My YouTube channel is blown up, and I'm huge. Completion. But not only that, but I'm in a better spot altogether. That completes this whole... Oh, wait. Sorry. Overall journey of the Major Arcana. The Major Arcana reflects the soul's journey through life, also called the Fool's Journey. Beginning in innocence and potential, the Fool. We move through stages of empowerment, challenge, transformation, and awakening, ending in full realization, the world. The world. No, that's the wrong side. Anyway. This journey is cyclical, not linear. Each phase spirals into the next, guiding us toward ever deepening self-awareness and self-embodiment. Heck yeah! So, that was the Major Arcana. We are done with this crazy stuff. And I look forward to more stuff I'm going to do in the future. What do we pull? Ace of Pentacles. Planting the seeds. Alright. Anyway. Thank you for that. I appreciate everybody that joined me. I hope you learned something. I definitely learned some stuff. I think the more, even if I know all these cards, the more information I get on it, the more I repeat it and talk out loud and write it down and everything, the more it absorbs. But anyway, hopefully somebody got something out of that. If you like what I'm doing here, do the likes and subscribes and all that. You know, tell your friends. Trying to make a living out of this. Thank you very much. And this is the way.